Hello everyone, this is Jan and you're watching SketchALona, my weekly series in which I talk about living in Barcelona while drawing to my heart's content, filling up my sketchbook. And this week, I filled up the big one. So we're going to be looking at that. But first of all, it's time for a little breakfast as we avoid the my neighbors downstairs, the little sandwich shop, installing their AC unit. And it is getting hot, not quite Arizona level hot, but it got awfully noisy, so we went for a big walk. And right after that, right after getting back home, I sat myself back down in that chair in front of a new sketchbook and started. And got back to work on drawing a little logo for my my friend's band. I made a design for a little flower some time ago. And he wanted another one that looked good, very small, just in the corner of an album. And since there's 3 of them now, I suppose I can draw 3 flowers. And I figured this way I can have a little bit of an animation going, like a flower blooming, like in 3 frames, that kind of thing. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I made a couple of different versions of it, but the first ones that you just saw pass by were a little too rough. So I thought I'd have another go, just like trying to get some sweet lines going, you know. The other ones were just a little too sketchy. It's hard to put my finger on it, but when you see it, you know what I mean. So because the V100's anthology project is picking up pace, from the sound of it, from what Marsh has been saying on our Facebook page, we're probably looking at another couple of weeks to a month before the big announcement is made. But in the meantime, we're getting ready, gearing up for the rewards for the Kickstarter. And so the thing that I'll be doing. So thanks to that little interruption right there, I stopped myself from almost spoiling the surprise of one of the rewards I'll be doing. But you may guess, because I am getting a little practice in today, so I figured I'd draw some of my fellow creators in the V100's community and the comic books community on YouTube. The object of this little exercise is to get the likeness right and to really kind of hold back on sketching and go for a kind of simplified, like stylized line art that is appropriate for comic books, that is nice and fast and fun, but you know, it doesn't feel too stifled, if that makes sense. Like if I overthink it and I spend too much time on it, like the fluidity of the lines tends to go. So for these particular ones that you're going to be watching right now, I didn't exactly set a time limit, but I kind of tried to go as fast as I could. So most of them are about the 7 to 8 minute mark. Made it out of the house, going for my little walk to the Yelmo Icaria cinema, where they play movies here with Spanish subtitles and the original voices. I have no objection to watching the movies in Spanish. However, when it's for the good old Marvel or DC superhero movies and or Star Wars, no thank you. It's a little over the top, dramatic for my tastes, and I prefer to have the original voices. And luckily for me, my old flatmate Javi agrees with me most of the time. Not always. I think we saw Captain America Civil War with Spanish subtitles, with English subtitles. But, so, it's Wonder Woman time. I finally get to see this film. It's finally coming out here. Unfortunately, I am like this close to running out of money. So it means watching this movie means having to curtail myself just a little bit so I can go. And living on a slightly tighter budget the rest of the week. It's the price we pay for making sure we get to see the movie on time before all the spoilers hit my Twitter feed and the like. While you are watching my further practices of the V100s, Dalibor and Josh, like trying to get some cartooning, no, not necessarily cartooning, some comic book art going, but erring on the side of, you know, keeping things a little bit realistic. You know, trying to find that sweet spot between stylized, simplified, yet realism and expression, all those things. Kevin Cross is back online, I noticed the other day. He's got a really cool video out in which he showcases his latest endeavors in his sketchbook. And he did mention that there's a summer sketchbook thing going on here on YouTube. Now, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to partake because, well, I'm always drawing anyway, so I might as well. But I've also kind of toyed with the idea of kind of having a little bit of a summer holiday, like I did last year, where basically I took a month off from social media, which is hard, not being on social media, you know. It's 2017. But yeah, so I'm kind of toying with the idea, but of course, with the Kickstarter coming up, I might have to make exceptions here and there. So I'm aiming for August, and so I'm not quite sure what this summer sketchbook thing is about. I'm going to look into it. I'll be sure to post a link down below, because if it's anything like Inktober, it's going to be really cool for people to jump onto and just to see what everyone else is getting up to. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of taking a month off from social media and to just kind of, well, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. I might even take lots of videos and just kind of create a buffer, who knows. But that's kind of where my mind is at for summer, besides working on all the things that I've been talking about in the last month or so. I think this one came out really well, but like, I like the expression a little bit better here, even though I think this one is more like in the picture. I think the hair came out better. Even though it's more stylized, it's much clearer what the hair is like than over here, I feel. It's just my opinion. This one, I started adding some lines because of some of the light and shadow I was seeing. Not sure if that works out. I think it would have to be lighter. But overall, I'm glad how it came out. Also a very different face, of course. And then here, this one was a little tricky because so much is obscured by the beard, as in like the guidelines I use. But I think the overall expression came out, which is, I think it came out pretty well, and I still managed to keep it fairly stylized. All of these drawings were done in about 7 to 8 minutes. So just enough time to get something going serious and still keep the, you know, the freshness of the line, like the speed, before it gets too, how should I say? Before it gets too thought out. I'm happy with how these came out. Nice little exercise. So. figured it'd be only fair, as I paused one of my videos, to attempt a little self-portrait maybe. So yeah, the face ended up a little too long. I don't know if you can see that already, but after the warm-up of the previous 4, I went in pretty fast on this one and just very quickly laid out the whole face, and then started applying the dark lines, a little bit of shading here and there. And by shading, I don't mean gray tones, but it's all line art, and came out pretty well as a drawing. Not sure it looks like me, but I'll let you decide on that one. So I've just sent these off to Marshall to show like what I intend to do for the Kickstarter. So I hope you guys are excited by these little drawings. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you more next week, or at the very latest next month. Just a quick little drawing from a TV show I was watching just now, but check this out. Last page. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna cut it off right here and let you watch the filled up sketchbook. It's taken me a fair amount of time to fill this one up. I'd say on and off about 5 months, which sounds really long, but then I've got 2 other sketchbooks being filled up right over there, so a lot of sound. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys again next week. Next week I'll be talking about inking, as a question was posed in the comments for my drawing a day in the life of SamuraiOx comic book page video that I posted on Saturday. So if you haven't seen that one, please check it out. Check out the links down below. You'll find some very nice videos from fellow creators from the comic book community here on YouTube, from the V100s. Special shout out goes to Sam of Korbra Illustrations for completing his 100-day run. Sorry you missed out when you posted it 3 weeks ago. I don't know where my mind was at, but like, it was day 94, and then all of a sudden it's 3 weeks later. So sorry about that, but you made it. Congratulations. And check out Holly Brown's Kickstarter. She's finally getting ready to put out her opus, Purgatory. I'll definitely be contributing a next payday this Saturday, I hope. So if you haven't seen that one yet, there will be a link down below, along with the other ones. Have a look. You will not be disappointed. See you guys next week.